In this video, I'm going to show you how to do every new skill move in eafc24. This year, EA have added Volta skill moves into Ultimate Team, which is just a dream come true for me, and stick around to the end for the most insane new skill moves that almost no one knows about that I'll be teaching you how to do. Your mind will be blown, so stay tuned. We're starting with the most simple of the new skill moves, the Depay turn. This is done by holding L2 or LT and then holding the right stick backward. It's a 4-star skill move, so anyone with 4-star skills can do it. And although it's a little boring, it's a skill your opponent won't be expecting you to pull out. When performed, your player will skillfully flick the ball back behind themselves. It's best used as a direction change skill move if you're in a situation where you need to quickly face the opposite direction. I find it's most effective to use this skill when you have your back to goal to quickly cut behind you and free up some space for a shot. An easy skill move to add to your arsenal. Next up is, in my opinion, the most effective skill move that they've added, the ball roll drag. To do this, you have to hold L1 or LB before flicking the right stick forward and then left or right. It's another 4-star skill move, which is crazy because it is insanely overpowered, and you're going to see so many pros using this skill move like there's no tomorrow. When performed, the player first ball rolls and then quickly drags it to the side. If you're someone who sweats foot champs and you're looking for a skill move that will literally give you the edge over any opponent, this is the one that you'll need. It's another direction change skill move, this time to cut either left or right, and you can use it in literally any situation. This is a ratty skill move that will break an unimaginable amount of controllers. Again, if you're a tryhard and you want to know the most meta skill move, this is the one. Number 3 is perfect if you added a bit of spice into your gameplay, the Flare Nutmeg. This is done by holding L1 and R1 or LB and RB and flicking the right stick in any direction. The Flare Nutmeg is replacing the Directional Nutmeg from FIFA 23 for any player again with 4-star skills. This is going to be an incredibly underrated skill. Despite the name, you can use this in any situation as a way to baffle your opponent. Depending on which way you flick the stick, you'll do a different animation. If you flick the stick in front of your player, you'll do this stutter touch. Then there's different animations flicking it left and right. But the one I'm going to be using non-stop is when you flick the stick backwards. You turn on a dime no matter what you're doing, it's absolutely broken, and your opponent is going to lose their mind trying to defend against you. You have to add this to your gameplay. Then we have a skill move that is perfect for showboating, the Flare Rainbow. The Flare Rainbow is done simply by holding L1 or LB and flicking the right stick backwards and then forwards. Although maybe not very effective, this one is going to blow your friends' minds the first time you pull it out against them. When performed, the player will start to do a rainbow flick before bouncing the ball hard into the ground to send it over your opponent's heads. It's one of the best looking skills EA have ever added, and can only be done with 5-star skillers. It's essentially just a very fancy looking rainbow flick, so pull it out whenever you'd usually just do a standard rainbow for added bit of flair. I also find it's great for setting up long shots and power shots. Add it to your game and impress your opponents as you destroy them. Then we're going to move on to the best skill moves EA have ever added, but first let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, duelmasters.io. Want to use the skill moves you've learned in this video to earn real money? Duel Masters is a cutting edge and secure platform where you can engage in eafc matches and tournaments to win real cash prizes. Duel Masters has a unique match finding system to quickly find opponents to match your skill level for the fairest game possible. It has 24-hour support, plus an advanced protection system against cheaters, which is probably better than EA's, let's be honest. It's the safest way to wager money on FC24. All you have to do is register at duelmasters.io with referral code BONUS500, set your game to eafc24, find an opponent in the match finder table who matches your skill level and preferred wager amount, and press invite to play. Or create your own match with your own desired wager amount. You can discuss the rules with your opponent before the match, and when you're both ready, play the game. If you've ever wanted to play me, make sure you look out for the name Sir Davs on the match finder table, but be warned I will be taking your wager money and spending it on FC points. Thanks to duelmasters.io for sponsoring the video, their link will be in the description. Now on to learning the coolest skills in eafc24. The Trickster playstyle. This is something that I, as someone who is known for my skill moves, have been dreaming about for years. You can now do Volta skill moves in Ultimate Team. All the skills coming up either need a player with the Trickster playstyle or the Trickster Plus playstyle. Once you have a player with that in your squad, Ultimate Team becomes FIFA Street. Let me show you how. So the first Trickster skill move we have is the Trickster Bull Rolls. This is done by holding L2 and R2 or LT and RT when standing still, and can only be done with a player who has the trickster playstyle. It doesn't matter how many star skills the player has. It's essentially what you see every freestyle football TikToker do in real life before they nutmeg a 7-year-old for a video, quickly moving the ball around in order to confuse your opponent's defenders. It's great for forcing your opponent into an early challenge, which you can either dribble past or combo with another skill move to leave the defender in the dust. Although not particularly a meta skill move, it looks incredibly cool, especially comboed with the next skill I'm going to teach you. This is the one that changes the game for me, the Trickster Flick. It's done by pressing the right stick in and holding the left stick in any direction. When performed, your player will perform a variety of freestyle football flicks to brutally destroy any defender. It's similar to the flare nutmeg from earlier in that the flick you will do will change depending on which way you hold the left stick. I find that the coolest ones are done by holding the stick to the sides of your players. This skill move is great for when you're one-on-one with a defender just to flick it over their head and get past them. I absolutely love this from EA, it's so much fun and I'm going to score so many crazy goals with this, but stay tuned to the end for something even better. Then on to the coolest new setup skill move in eafc, the Trickster Plus Catch. This is done by holding L2 or LT and doing a fake shot when standing still with a player with Trickster Plus. Anyone who played Volta will be familiar with this skill, and in my opinion it's the coolest way to set up a shot. When performed, your player flicks the ball up, catches it with the back of his leg and flicks it in front of you in the perfect position to body the ball at the goal. Although it's not particularly effective, if you pull it off your opponents are gonna lose their mind. And finally, the greatest skill move EA have ever added to the game, the Trickster Plus Flick. To do this, you hold L2 or LT, press the right stick in and hold the left stick in any direction. It's almost exactly the same as the Trickster Flick, but so much more. This can only be done with a Trickster Plus player again, and the flicks you do are unbelievable. These skill moves belong only in FIFA Street, and now you can use them to tear up FUT champs. It's basically the same as the Trickster Flick in that depending on which way you point the left stick, it will change the move you do, and I genuinely can't believe EA have added this to Ultimate Team. I've literally never loved EA as much as I do right now. I'm going to score so many insane goals with this skill move, it adds so many possibilities for skill combos, and I feel like because of these skills, players with the Trickster or Trickster Plus playstyle are going to be so expensive in FUT once the game comes out for everyone. I hope you found this video helpful. If it reaches 3,000 likes, I'm going to post a video of me scoring one amazing goal with every new skill move in the game. As I said earlier in the video, I post daily goals and tutorials, so make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be really stepping up my content for FC24 and you're not going to want to miss it. I have so many big things planned for eafc24, and if you got this far in the video, just comment, Harry Maguire is the best striker in the Premier League to confuse everyone who didn't get this far.